Hey guys, how are you all? Hope so you all are doing well. Okay, so let's start the story. Without any further conversation, the room is filled with the laughter. The main door open. A man enter in the house. He stopped as his come and him. The man smiled to see him. How's my? The boy looked back and see him with a smile. I am fine. I told you so many times, don't run. Jimin, but it's not sure I am or not Yoongi. And if you were, huh, Jimin, then I am fine. Till now, he said innocently, and Yoongi sighed to see him. Yoongi, what I do with you? Jimin, nothing. Just me as you. Oops, you come home and I don't ask you for water. You no need to. Just take care the sentence and then we go to know you are or not. Jimin, and if I am, he asked, and Yoongi, then we will be the most happiness person. Jimin, and if I don't, Yoongi, then also. Yoongi said with a smile, and Jimin nodded. Jimin, come, you just come from work, he said, hold his hand and take him in the living room. Okay, so they are Yoongi and Jimin are normal. They have nothing in their life except happiness, and this is all they want. Yoongi work in a company, and Jimin is a right now. Jimin is not so do, and they will see their Jimin is or not. Yoongi and Jimin each other so much. They are of their family. Like everyone want to be like them. It's night. They sit. It's night. They sit in the living room with each other. Jimin, Yoongi, I forget. I forget to tell you something. Yoongi, I am listening, said Jimin. Your mom invite us on dinner tomorrow. Yoongi, dinner? Why? He asked, being confused. Jimin, I don't know. She said everyone is going, so we also go. Yoongi, okay, then you will be ready till 7. I come home and then we go. Jimin nodded. Jimin, okay, as you said. Yoongi smiled to see him. He on his head, and Jimin look up with a smile. Yoongi phone ring. He see the caller ID and attend the call. Yoongi, yes. Yoongi cut the call. Jimin, what happens, Yoongi? Yoongi, actually, Jimin, what happens? Tell me, Yoongi, actually. He stays silent. Jimin, tell me. Yoongi, you are, he said, and Jimin eyes, why don't Jimin really? Yoongi, yes, I am. I am so happy. Jimin, him, and Yoongi's face in his. Yoongi, thank you so much. From when you come in my life, Jimin, I only see happiness. You are my everything, he said, and Jimin giggled to see him. Jimin, we are going to be Yoongi. I can't believe we also have. Jimin said, being so happy. They both talk with each other and do so much planning. And Yoongi already, he is going to be he's going to be so with him. He don't let him around, and he decided to meet Jimin don't do any work. Jimin laughing while hearing Yoongi and they talk a lot. Next day, Jimin is all ready. He a black colored dress now waiting for Yoongi to come. Jimin see the time. It's almost 7. It means Yoongi come anytime, and it happens. After almost 10 minutes, the door open and Yoongi come. He see Jimin. His eyes widen as Jimin is looking so beautiful. Yoongi, you are looking so. Jimin giggle. Jimin, thank you. Jimin him. Yoongi, don't said this. It's don't thank said thanks. It's truth. Both back and Yoongi see Jimin. with so much work. Okay. Jimin nodded to see him. Jimin, okay. Yoongi, you are ready to go? Jimin, yeah. Yoongi, take out a small box. Jimin, see this. Jimin, what is this? Yoongi, a small gift for my. He take out a ring. Jimin, shocked to see the ring. Jimin, Yoongi, this is the one Yoongi you see in the mall you like, but you don't tell me. Jimin, how you know? Yoongi, I know how to read your eyes. Yoongi words Jimin heart, and Jimin know it's true. I hold his hand and slide the ring in his finger and on his pulse. Jimin smiled to see him. Jimin, let's go now. Yoongi intervened, and they both go. They they soon reach in the Min mansion, and Jimin meet with his parents. Mrs. Park, oh my mochika. Jimin, I miss you so much, Mama. Mrs. Park, me too, my son. How are you? Jimin, I am fine. Jimin meet with each other, and he and his come. Mrs. Min, oh my Jiminy, come. She, Jimin, and Jungi smiled to see his mom. He know how much she Jimin. Mrs. Min, how are you, Jimin? Jimin, I am fine. Mrs. Min, you are looking so beautiful. Jungi, that's why he is looking so beautiful. He said, and Jimin to hear, and some feeling so happy to see them, and some feeling to see them. Mrs. Min, very funny. She rolled his eyes. Jimin leave him. Mom, tell me, how's your how's dad? Mrs. Min. He is also fine. So fine, son. Yoongi meet with his dad. He start to talk with him. Jimin talk with others, but Yoongi has his Jimin. The others see Yoongi and she see this and his elder brother. We see all this. Yoongi elder brother Yan is so much, but the thing is this. He mostly stay busy in his work. That's why he don't give her much time, and she felt to see Yoongi and Jimin, as Yoongi don't spend a second without him expect his working hours. Jimin, how are you? Nona, Jimin asked with a smile. Ria, I am fine. You tell me. She said with a smile. Jimin, I am also fine. Thanks for asking. He said, and don't set for juice. Wait, Jungi sir told me to give you. She said, and Jimin looked at Yoongi, who was looking at him. Jimin smiled, just seeing him. He is really gorgeous. Ria, see this? She signed. Ria, so how's everything going? Jimin, huh? Sorry? Jimin don't hear it as he is looking at Yoongi. Yeah, I think you are busy to see your. How can you focus here? Jimin, no, I am listening. Yeah, it's nothing. You go and sit with your. He may come here. She said, and Jimin don't know, but he don't like her. Jimin nodded, and Ria go from there. They do the dinner, and in whole time, Yoongi makes sure Jimin eats properly. they now sit. They now sit in the living room. Yoongi and Jimin sit beside each other, talking and laughing. When Yoongi suddenly speaks, Yoongi, mom, dad, me and Jimin want to tell you all something. Mr. Min, what is it, son? We are listening. Tell us. Jimin looking down. He's feeling Yoongi, mom, dad, Jimin, and we are going to be. He said, make everyone sure. Mrs. Min, what? Really? She becomes so happy and come and Jimin. Mrs. Min, I am so happy, my son. Thank you so much for this. Much big happiness. Jimin smiled to see her. Mrs. Park also come and meet with him. Then said, huh? Congratulations to both of them and talking. और कितना इसका बोलना? Ria, it's alright. Well, you both so early. I mean, don't you think? Not even a year pass and you become. I think you don't do any planning, Jimin. We do, Nona, and we know we can handle the responsibility. So that's why we take that much big step. Ria, I am saying Yoongi don't do. I mean, he do, but he is not CEO like Yan. He do a simple job. How you manage? Jimin, we do, Nona, and we know what we have to do. We know we are capable to take the responsibility. He said. Then Jimin smiled. Ria could speak. Yoongi come and him. Yoongi, it's late. We should go now. They come home. They come home and Yoongi lay on the bed using his phone and Jimin come. He sit as he done from his routine. Yoongi smiled to see him. Jimin on the and he placed his head on. Yoongi smiled to see him. Yoongi can see. Jimin is thinking something. Yoongi, what you are thinking, Jimin? Jimin, Yoongi, Ria, Nona said something. Yoongi, what? Jimin, tell him everything, and somewhere Yoongi is feeling so. Why she said all this? Yoongi, don't think about her. Jimin, I am also trying to do this, I but I don't know why I can't. Yoongi, do as I am saying. Jimin, sleep now. When Jimin sleep feeling, he opened his eyes and sit on the bed. Jimin get up. He thought to go in the kitchen as the water is not in the room. Right. Jimin come in. Jimin come. He start to drink the water. He done. He about to place the water on the counter, but his hand and it's on the ground. Okay, wait a minute. And Jimin Yoongi come in the kitchen as he already wake up when he see Jimin is not here. Yoongi, Jimin, what happens with you? Jimin, Yoongi. Yoongi see the coming from his. Yoongi make him sit on the bed and he sit on the. He start to do the office and Jimin is still don't understand how can he be so especially in this. Yoongi, you okay? He asked being and Jimin nodded. Jimin, I know. I don't know how can it happens. I don't realize. Yoongi, it's okay. It's okay. Sometimes it happens. You no need to. Jimin nodded to see him. Yoongi, you tell me you okay, right? Jimin nodded. Yoongi, why you go in the kitchen? Jimin, I want to drink water. Yoongi, you can tell me. You wake me up. Why you go by yourself? He said, Jimin, I don't want to disturb your sleep. Yoongi, don't ever do this again. Jimin, okay? Jimin nodded. Jimin, I will. Yoongi sighed as he is really feeling so about Jimin. He don't leave Jimin for a second, especially in this. Jimin, let's sleep now. Jimin say as he can see how much Yoongi is looking so. Yoongi on the bed. He and close his eyes as he sleep. Yoongi see him. How can he sleep? He's so for Jimin. Yoongi is ready. Okay. Yoongi is ready. Yoongi is ready to go office. He decide to leave Jimin at his mother house for one day, and he arranged a maid for taking care of Jimin today as he have meetings, so going office is also important. Jimin come in the living room, seeing him all ready to go. Jimin, good morning. Yoongi smiled to see him. Yoongi, good morning. He went toward him. Yoongi, why you stand up? How's your Jimin? It's fine now. Yoongi, are you sure? Jimin, yeah, I am sure. Yoongi, I don't leave you at home. I drop you at mom home and pick you in. Till that I arrange made for you also. Jimin, Yoongi, you no need to do all this. I am fine. Well, no, well, I can't help, so please, huh? Jimin say him, and he sign he no. Yoongi won't listen him. Jimin, I truly want to stay at my home, Yoongi. Yoongi, understand you're to be at home, but still, we need to take care of. Please, for me, Jimin say Yoongi see Jimin with understanding eyes, and Jimin nodded. He no, Yoongi don't do on this matter, and he nodded. Jimin, fine, I come with you, he said, and Yoongi smiled. Yoongi go and on his forehead, and Jimin smiled lightly to say him. Jimin, I come after fresh up. Yoongi, alright, I make breakfast. He go in the kitchen. Jimin Jimin come in the mansion. Mrs. Min so happy. Jimin come. Mrs. Min, we do so much fun. Jimin smiled to see her. Yoongi, mom, make sure he take rest. I call again and again to ask, and please don't let him do any work. Mrs. Min, I understand. I take care of him. Yoongi, good for you. For you, mom, you know well I don't truly trust anyone in this matter, but I do on. Jimin is smiling to see how much Yoongi is for him. Mrs. Min, I understand your son, and I will make sure Jimin would be fine. Yoongi, good. He look at Jimin. Yoongi, take care of yourself. I take care of myself, he said on his forehead, and go from there. Jimin see him going, he make about. Mrs. Min chuckled to see him. They are talking when Rhea come and said, Rhea, hey Jimin, I am going on shopping. You also come with me. It's evening. Jimin see the time. Jimin, thanks Nona, but it's time to Yoongi come, so I can't. Rhea, nothing happens. We come back in 1 hour. Let's go. Jimin, but Nona, you know Yoongi. Alright. So, Jimin and Rhea. Jimin and Rhea go on the shopping. Now they are coming back. Their car suddenly stopped. Jimin, what happens? Yeah, I don't know what happens, driver. I think the car got. Jimin, how can it's possible? Rhea, come on, Jimin. It's a car. It's happens. Jimin, what we do? Yoongi would be at me, Rhea. He will not. It's not like something happens. Jimin, see, he don't even know, even have his phone. Jimin, Nona, you have your phone. I call Yoongi and inform him. He come to pick us. Rhea, I also forget my phone at home. Jimin, oh no, what I do? Rhea hides her phone on the side. Jimin is so okay. Driver, I don't know, sir. Jimin start to move back and forth on the road. He don't know what he do. While Rhea stand there seeing him, Rhea, huh? I see. Now when he you. So for your reaction, huh? She think, and Jimin say and see Jimin with a Jimin, I can't wait, Nona. I am going home. Rhea, how you go? Jimin start to walk. He can't make Yoongi, and moreover he know Yoongi. Jimin, she Jimin name. But Jimin continued to walk. Ria sighed and go behind him. Ria, all right, I see, she said. And they see the and they sit and start to go. And I don't know anything, she said. Jan. Ria sighed. She looked away. Ria, I think he don't mean Jimin. In my matter, he don't do anyone. He said, make Ria. I don't understand. Jimin entered in. Jimin entered in the living room. He stopped to see Yoongi, who's of course asking Mrs. Min, where is Jimin? Yoongi. Yoongi turned. He see Jimin. He went to him and Ria also come. She see all this and stand on the side. Jimin back him, closed his eyes as feeling peace here. His Yoongi, where you go? You know how much I become. Jimin, sorry, he murmured, and Yoongi back. He see him, his face. Yoongi, tell me where you go. His voice is serious but soft. Jimin, I go with Nona on shopping. Yoongi, you see that time? I said you many times don't stay out even in evening. Jimin, I know the car got so that's why I come late. Sign Jimin, Yoongi, you don't go anywhere with anyone from now on. He said in clear words in front of everyone, and Jimin nodded. Jimin made Yoongi sign and him. Yoongi, where is your mobile? Jimin, at home. Yoongi, now you are really want me to? He said in soft voice. Jimin sign as no. Jimin, it's never happens again. Yoongi, good for you. He said then on his forehead. Yoongi, I am for you are. Jimin nodded. He listened him and Mrs. Min smiled to see them. Mrs. Min always stay like this, my. She said, and Ria, see this. Jimin, Yoongi, where is your mobile? Let's go home. Mrs. Min, do dinner. Then go, sir. Yoongi. No, mom. We should. No, mom. We should go now. Jimin need to do rest. He said, and Yan come, Yan Yoongi, you are here. Yoongi, yeah, Young, they both brothers each other. Mrs. Min, I am saying him do dinner and then go. But he's not ready to listen me. Yan, yeah, mom is right. Yoongi, do dinner with me. Do dinner, then go. Yesterday we don't talk much. Yoongi, but Yan, no, but Yoongi, sign, Yoongi, fine. Yan, give me 10 minutes, then we do dinner. He said, and go. Ria also go, and Mrs. Min also. Yoongi turned. He looked at Jimin. Yoongi, why you go with her? Jimin, I don't want to go. Jimin, it's my. Yoongi, never. I just care for you. Trust me, I never believe on all this or something like this, but in your matter, I do on everything. Jimin, and nothing happens. Yoongi, I am all fine, and is also. Hmm. They are doing. They are doing the dinner. Yun and Yoongi is talking while Jimin is eating normally. Ria, I see most of the person they can't even eat properly, but here look at you all fine, and you even are just kidding. She said, and she said to Jimin, who started, and after hearing this, Yoongi, you okay? He becomes her and gave him water. Yoongi, you okay? Jimin nodded. What are you even saying, Ria? Stay silent. If you can't say something, Ria, now you me for this. She said and go in. Jimin, why you her? Young, it's okay. Yan sign and he focused on his dinner. Jimin looked at Yoongi. He signed him to stay silent. Yoongi, this is Jimin. Stay silent. And they start to started to the dinner. They done from the dinner and Yoongi and Jimin meet with them. They go back home, their place where they have a beautiful memories. Okay, so third last scene. Hmm. They come home. They come home and Jimin on the bed when Yoongi enter in the room with the cup of coffee and he give Jimin fresh juice. Jimin, thank you, but Yoongi, there is no need for this, Yoongi. It's for your health, he said. Then Jimin about to juice. He feel like he do. He stand up. He started to. And the Yoongi is shocked, and at the same time, Jimin continued to do, and soon he about to Yoongi hold him. Yoongi, Jimin, you okay, Jimin? And his. All right, wait a minute. I do what's our next. Huh. Hmm. And okay, everything. He's fine. It happens and make sure to give him. And he saw he eat. He eat more, and I some give him before eat. It's help him. Yoongi nodded and the go. Yoongi sits beside Jimin. He see him sleeping, but so to see him. He sent to his colleagues. He don't come office for almost 1 week. He carrying Jimin hears and continue to sit by his side. Next day Jimin wake up. He sit on the bed and see Yoongi is not in the room. Jimin about to stand up when Yoongi enter in the room. Yoongi, you wake up. Jimin, Yoongi. He call him. Yoongi, go sit beside him. Yoongi, how are you now? Jimin, I am feeling better. Yoongi, good. You make me last. Jimin, I am sorry. Yoongi sign as no. Yoongi, no. There is no need to be. I understand you. Jimin, still you have to face the Yoongi. No, Jimin, that is not only yours. It's my also. We take care of that together. So now be a good boy and listen me. Don't think too much. Jimin smile. Jimin, what I do without you, Yoongi? I don't understand, Yoongi, huh? Don't do anything as I don't go anywhere. Jimin smile. Yoongi, you fresh up? I already make the. Okay, so Simba is sleeping here. Second last scene. As Yoongi said, he the mate and Jimin introduced him and Jimin signed as he said Yoongi. He don't want mate, but Yoongi listen him no way. Jimin and Yoongi do the breakfast. Jimin, Yoongi, I don't want anyone come in our house. Yoongi, it's okay, nothing happens, and it's for your good. Jimin smiled to see him. Jimin, wait, I noticed now you don't go office. Yoongi chuckled to see him. Alright, let's finish. Alright, second last scene and the third last take. I care for you, Jimin. I know, but Yoongi, nothing happens. I stay at home. Take care of you, he said, and Jimin smiled. Jimin him Yoongi chuckled to see him as he know how much Jimin is. Jimin, Yoongi, yes, Jimin, I am happy you stay at home. Yoongi, really? He asked and smiled, and Jimin nodded to see him. Seriously. Alright, last scene and the second last text. It's evening, Jimin sit on the bed, alright, like he want to, so he dress. Yoongi come, he see Jimin to see him. He stand up. Jimin, Yoongi, you come. Yoongi, you are looking so good. Yoongi come. He see Jimin to say him and he stand up. Jimin giggled to see him. Jimin really? Yoongi nodded. Yoongi, and you know what more thing? Jimin what? Jimin what? Yoongi, you are so and this the things make me more happy. Jimin who look away to see him. Yoongi chuckled to see him. Yoongi, so anywhere you want to go? And Jimin, I'm feeling like to eat food. It's so good. Okay, then let's go. Yoongi chuckled to see him. He know he have to complete Jimin so many wishes, which may be weird also. Yoongi, as you said, he said and hold his hand. They both go. Okay, so I will upload the next part soon to be continued. Bye.